It's Coin Crazy here, and I just wanted to show you something that I thought was pretty cool. So I first saw this commemorative half-dollar, and I didn't think much of it. I bought one. They're really cheap. You can find them for anywhere between $14, $15, all the way up to $25, $30. They are silver. They don't have a really high value in the red book, and you can find a cleaned one. Like I said, this was cleaned, and I paid $12 for it. And they go up from there. This one was 90% silver, and it has been cleaned. That's why it's in such great condition. But on one side, there's a picture of Christopher Columbus, and it says United States of America, Columbian half-dollar. And on the opposite side, the reverse, it says Columbian Exposition, or I should say World's Columbian Exposition, 1892, Chicago, and it has a picture of presumably Christopher Columbus's ship there, and a world map. I was trying to make out whether those were American flags on that ship, but they look just to be like flags, generic flags, so who knows. So Christopher Columbus would not have had American flags. That would have been interesting if they would have put Christopher Columbus's ship on here with American flags. That's what got my attention for a second. But anyway, so I saw this half-dollar and I thought this was pretty cool. Well, I used to be into collecting stamps, not that long ago actually, and I decided against continuing to collect stamps because they're neat to collect, but honestly they're not that valuable. You can collect stamps all day long, and you can have big binders of them and not have anything that appreciates in value. And if I'm going to collect something, I want something that might appreciate in some value. But when I had my stamp collection, it was pretty cool that I picked this up. This is a Columbian Exposition postage. You can see there the postage on there. And you can see Christopher Columbus as he appears on that coin. It's the same side profile view. And this postage stamp here was to commemorate Christopher Columbus, but also commemorate the Columbian Exposition. They also came out with that year this whole series of stamps commemorating Christopher Columbus. You can see there's his landing of Columbus. So I thought that was pretty cool because it goes along with this half-dollar here. But then I also have an admission ticket to the World's Columbian Exposition, which this thing is really cool, you guys. It's pretty thick, believe it or not. It's actually really thick, and you can see it says admit the bearer, the 1st of May to the 30th of October 1893. There's a serial number on it, the treasurer's signature, the president's signature. This was printed by the American Banknote Company of New York, the same company that printed many of the fractional currency pieces, which is probably why this looks like a piece of fractional currency. It's got a beautiful picture of Abe Lincoln there. But this is the nicest admission ticket I think I've ever seen for any event. This is cool. On the back here it says good for admission. Let's see if I can get this to focus. At pay gates, which is really neat. And I did some research. I looked this up on eBay, and I found they actually came up with probably, I think, 6 or 7 different designs. So Abe Lincoln is just one design of an admission ticket for this event. They had several other designs, some featuring a Native American, others featuring Christopher Columbus with the side profile, and just a lot of different designs. So I want to try to collect them all. But I thought that was pretty cool that I have the admission ticket to the event. I have the half-dollar here that commemorates Christopher Columbus as well as the event itself. And then I also have the old postage stamp, a couple of them, that commemorate both Christopher Columbus and the event that was held that year. So I just wanted to show you guys that. I thought that was a pretty cool thing, and I definitely will not be getting rid of either of these 4 pieces here. So pretty neat a story here that all revolves around this event that was held in Chicago, and it was held for quite a bit of time, from May to October. That's a long time. But back in 1892, transportation was poor, so I imagine that when vendors came, they wanted to stay for a little bit of time because they knew that people would trickle in and would show up with time, and probably different event schedules were going on, and this was probably a really big deal back in 1892. Obviously, if they made a $50 to commemorate it, the event, then obviously it was. So anyway, you guys, have a good night. Thanks for watching.